I honestly wish to be a Dwayne Johnson fan, but the guy doesn't make it simple. For the last few years, the actor formerly called The Rock was one of Hollywood's largest, and highest paid, celebrities. It's not something I ever would have expected a decade ago when Johnson was creating the uphill transition from the wrestling ring to the big screen. But his 1000-watt charisma and crack comic instincts are incontrovertible. He is likable and talented and has the very best cocked eyebrow smirk since Roger Moore ordered a shaken martini. But man, does he need to vet those scripts he is consenting to a little more closely. Someone should stop the bleeding, stat. Johnson plays a strapping special forces soldier turned primatologist, sure, why not? Named Davis Okoye. Davis works with animals at a San Diego wildlife preserve, whereas one big primate to another, he has a special connection to apes in captivity. Especially a playful and super intelligent albino gorilla named George, who he's taught not only to use sign language but also to flip the bird and make the finger and hole motion for sexual intercourse. What a scamp. But when a rogue experiment to supersize and weaponize animal DNA in space goes wrong, some canisters of radioactive go-go juice crash to Earth and mutate the animals that come into contact with it, making them extremely large and extremely ticked off. One lands somewhere in Wyoming and turns a wolf into a mangy, 30-foot-tall Lupus giganticus. One lands in the Everglades and turns a crocodile into something out of a lesser Godzilla movie, and a third lands at Davis's facility, infecting George, who quickly doubles in size and turns violent, tearing up grizzly bears and cities, whipping cars around like tub toys. Attempting to save George, Davis teams up with a scientist who unwittingly worked for the company behind the evil space experiments, Naomi Harris, deserving better. Meanwhile, the military comes storming and painted for some insane reason as reactionary bad guys. I was totally on their side. Especially since the main one is played by a rascally, rootin' Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's the only person on screen who seems to A, be having any fun, and B, understand exactly what kind of ludicrous trash he's in. I would have gladly watched a movie just following his character. But alas, this is a movie about one haunted gentle giant spawn with another haunted gentle giant. And it never makes up its mind whether it wants to be a what hath science wrought disaster movie like those old John Sayles cheapy classics Piranha and Alligator, or just a big, dumb, and loud tongue-in-cheek action comedy. It's a movie that's afraid to pick a lane. Then again, maybe it doesn't have to. After all, Johnson seems to have a seemingly bottomless reserve of goodwill with moviegoers. I'm happy for him. But if he's not careful, it may run out sooner than he thinks. See.